Proverbs chapter 5 really begins to hit on an area where some of us may struggle a lot. I know for me, this was one thing that was a struggle growing up because I felt like I knew exactly the right thing to do at the right moment, at the right time, to make sure that I had the right way and my way was always correct. But I love what it says here in verse 13 and 14. It says, I didn't obey my teachers or listen closely to my instructors. I'm on the verge of complete ruin before my entire community. And I found myself in that very same situation of not listening to those who have cared so deeply about me and really began to not follow some of the things that they told me. Wanted to do my own thing, and eventually it ended up into complete ruin. As the scripture says, it was not what I was looking for. And I pray that as you journey through this life, there are people who are pouring into you for a very specific reason, for a very specific purpose. Your teachers at school, whether it be a public school or a private school or Christian school or even homeschool, those teachers care tremendously about who you are and who you can be. And they work hard on and off the clock to make sure that you are successful. Not only teachers, but coaches who pour in hours of work on and off the field or on and off the court so that you can be successful in a sport. Instructors who teach different moves for dance or different skills in playing an instrument. Take the time to instruct and help build something in your life. Not only that, but also your pastors and small group leaders and other caring adults who have taken the time in your life to pour into you, to give you words of advice and wisdom, to teach you, to instruct you. And what are you doing with those things? You have the choice to either ignore what they have told you and go with your own way, or to heed their instruction and live in a way that's protected by their governing wisdom. And I think as teenagers growing up, it's often easy to believe that you don't know what you're talking about. You have no clue what I'm going through. And that may be true to some extent, but many of the teachers, instructors, leaders that are pouring into your life have made mistakes that they don't want you to go through. And they love you so much and care about your well-being that they want to share those mistakes with you and share how you can overcome that and not go down the same road. So take time to evaluate yourself today and see, am I really obeying my teacher's instructions? Am I really taking heed of their correction, their advice, their guidance, or do I just kind of blow it off and take it for granted? Maybe you are even in this time thinking now of, man, I really wish I was back in the classroom for this final past month of doing homeschool stuff. Or maybe even you were taking for granted the fact of the energy and the time that it takes for these people to pour into your life. And now that some of that's been stripped away, that you really desire and miss that interaction with them. Consider the ways that you have. Consider the advice you've been given, and consider the actions you are taking. Are you obeying your instructions? Now, as you read through this chapter, it talks about a wisdom on decisions that are of utmost importance, and really towards our purity involved in those type of relationships. But this passage here, these couple of verses, definitely talk not only about that, but also everything else in life. Are you listening to your teachers? Are you listening to their instruction? Otherwise, you're going to be on the verge of complete ruin. And I pray that's not you. I pray that you are taking heed to what they have to say, that you are willing to listen and apply it to your life. Don't take for granted those who are pouring into your life today.